What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. I know it's been so long, and I had said I was going to record this video like a year ago almost, and I just never got to it because life really happened in 2021. Yeah, 2021. It really happened, and it's just been super hectic, and I'm honestly filming on my iPhone 11. I'm tired of like telling myself, yeah, we're gonna film, and like I never get to it. And I'm not a very tech savvy person. I've mentioned it in my previous videos. Like, I suck at editing. I suck at like pretty much anything. Like, I'm still learning. So bear with me. So I just kind of decided that, you know what, like, I'm tired of excuses. I'm tired of like pushing this video out and out now and posting it. So I'm filming with my phone. My next video should be a little bit better quality. I did purchase the new iPhone 13. And also my lighting is horrible in here right now because I left my, the ring light and my glam core, all of that at my studio. So I'm literally working with what I have right now, but I don't want to keep pushing this video out. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into the video. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Gigi. For those of you guys that came back, thank you guys so much. I know, I'm sorry, I apologize. I know I said I was going to post like consistent updates on my BBL, and it just didn't happen. Like I said, we're going to go over like as to like how my surgery went, and you guys will kind of understand why it didn't happen that way. And so anyways, we're just going to go ahead and jump right into the video, and I'm going to be answering some of your guys' questions, and I'm just going to honestly just talk about my journey with it towards the end and how it all went, because I did have some questions that you guys had on my YouTube channel on my previous video. And if you guys go through the videos, you guys will see like the recovery home that I stayed at and all of that good stuff. So the information is there. I will also link their information down in this video below. I just don't want this video to be super long when I've already covered a lot of those topics. But I will go more into detail in my journey and the recovery and everything like that. So if you guys are interested in watching my video, then definitely keep on watching. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do, because I am going to be dropping more videos and more consistently. So stay tuned. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead and just get into it. So I'm trying to like literally remember and think back as to like how it all happened. So I got my surgery in Vegas at Mia Aesthetics. I went to the Vegas location, and honestly, my experience there, everyone was super amazing. From Dr. Wright to the people working there. I've read like a lot of like negativity with, the Miami location and them not getting back to you. One thing I do want to suggest is that you guys stay on top of like your labs, making sure you guys are receiving all of your stuff in a timely manner to give you guys that time that you need. But for me, honestly, like I would call them, they would get back to me. I would leave voicemails, they would get back to me. Everything was pretty smooth. So I had no issues with them whatsoever. The recovery, that home that I stayed at, was also amazing. I will link them down below as well. And if you guys go back, you guys will see more of those videos. I had no issues with like any of that. We're going to kind of just jump into my recovery, because that's kind of what I want to go and talk about, because I feel like a lot of people don't talk about it and they don't really tell you how intense the recovery process is. And let me tell you, it is painful. Like, I don't think I would go through this again. I honestly don't. I feel like it was just a lot for me, and I think it was because of just my whole experience in general. So we're gonna just go over like me coming back. So I went to Vegas and got it done. I want to say it was January 5th, if I'm not mistaken, and I was out there for a week. I stayed at the recovery home. I came back. I did get assistant. I had a flight back, so that was not fun. But you can request Mia Aesthetics or whoever you're getting your surgery with to give you an accommodation letter, so you can give them at the airport, and they can provide you with wheelchair like assistance. And that was honestly a lifesaver, because even though it had been a week, I can't imagine myself walking through that airport. Like, I'm a mom of 3. I am 27 years old. And honestly, like, I know everybody's body is different. There was a couple of girls that when I was arriving, like, they were like nothing had happened to them, but keep in mind they had no babies, or one of them had no babies. She was, I think, 22 years old. So like, our bodies change consistently. So I think that's what a lot of us don't understand, that some people share their experience and it's super easy, super smooth, but they don't have any kids. They've never been pregnant. My body has changed 3 different times. I've carried 3 different kids, had them, birthed them. So obviously, you know, it takes a toll on our body. For me, like I said, I'm so glad that I was able to get that wheelchair assistant. They took me to where, you know, I was going to be, where I was going to be boarding. Somebody else helped me up and thing took off. I used my BBL pillow to kind of sit and make myself comfortable. After that, I kind of kneeled and I would alternate from time to time. And my plane ride from Vegas to here was only like an hour or so, or maybe less. I can't remember exactly, but I was picked up by my sister, and then from there we went to my mom's house. And the reason why I had to stay at my mom's house was because my babies during that time, like, COVID was, you know, very like new and everyone was getting it. So my daughter had gotten it at daycare, and for me to like just take care of myself, I ended up going to my mom's house. And little did I know, on my way there, either, I can't really say where I got it, and I don't want to say like, oh, I got it at the recovery home, or I got it at, you know, Me Aesthetics. I don't know where I got it, but I ended up getting COVID. Long story short, I was at my mom's house for about 3 days, and I started feeling symptoms. So I couldn't taste anything. I started up feeling like chills and stuff like that, and I was sick. Like, I went to go get tested, and sure enough, like, I came back positive, and I just felt so bad because the reason why I didn't go home was because I had just had surgery and I didn't want to get sick. And if I would have known that I already had COVID, like, I would have just gone home. But I ended up getting, like, my mom got sick, my sister got sick, pretty much everyone in my parents' house got sick. And I felt really shitty because, like, my mom, she has high blood pressure, so she got super sick. And this is where, like, I kind of goes into like why I didn't post on here, because my family, we were all trying to get better, and I was trying to take care of myself, take care of my children. My husband was with the kids, with the girls, and then after that, you know, just me worrying about my family, which was my mom and everybody else in the household. And it took, you know, a minute. My mom got really, really, really sick, so I felt really shitty, really crappy, because I just like felt like it was my fault. And just thinking back, it was a hard time for all of us. So anyways, we ended up getting better. And after that, during that recovery time, you know, I had been at Me Aesthetics for a week. And during that time, it was just excruciating pain, like, just to get up. Like, I want to say, she did kind of lipo also on top of this area, like my bra strap. So she went up a little bit higher, which, you know, I'm thankful for. But when it came down to like me pushing up, like, I could not get up. It was hard. Like, I had to have assistance, like getting myself up, laying back down. And it was tough. It was freaking rough. So if you guys are considering surgery, I definitely recommend you have help for at least 2 weeks, because even after I came back home, like when I was in Mia, at the recovery home, they were helping me shower for like the first like 4 showers, and like, you know, scrubbing and everything. It's definitely hard. And then after that, when I came back home, my husband obviously was home to kind of care for me too, because we were all sick. And after that, I ended up leaving back to my house since we were already all sick. I ended up coming back home and quarantining at my house. And my husband wasn't feeling crappy. My mom was super sick, so it was kind of easier for him to like care for me, because he had COVID, but he had no symptoms. So he was helping me and, you know, pretty much making food for us and, you know, all of that good stuff. So I'm definitely glad that I was able to be home after that time. But it was rough. Like, I want to say week 2, I was able to get up, shower myself and all of that stuff, but I was still super sore. Sleeping is really annoying because you have to sleep on your stomach. So if you're planning on getting surgery, definitely train your body to like start sleeping on your stomach. I kind of feel like low-key one of my hips is a little bit, it's like very bare minimal. I feel like either it's in my head or it's just like I kind of know that I sleep more on one side than the other. And I'm a side sleeper, and I just feel like I sleep more on this side than this side. So I feel like this side has a little bit more hip than this side. I don't know, it might just be me, but definitely recommend you guys to train your bodies to sleeping on your stomach. Another thing I want to recommend is making sure you guys have care for 2 weeks, like I said, because you definitely are going to need it. Like I said, I have 3 kids. Maybe you don't need it, but I definitely needed it, and I was glad that I had the help. I'm trying to remember some of the questions you guys had, and somebody asked and said that they seen that Me Aesthetics had really bad reviews, and she was curious to know my feedback. So you know, like I said, every location is different. I feel like definitely the people that work there have to do a lot with it. I personally feel like the Mia Aesthetics in Miami is a little bit all over the place, but they are the ones that, from my understanding, handle all of our labs and all of that. So honestly, just stay on top of your stuff. Call them if you feel like you haven't heard back. Give them a call, because you know, they deal with so many people, and yes, they're a business, and yes, they should be the ones following up with us. But if we want to make sure things are smooth, I would recommend and encourage you guys to reach out to them if things aren't done properly. For, like I mentioned at the beginning, my experience wasn't bad. I feel like everything was pretty smooth, and everyone was friendly, was nice. The doctor was amazing. She literally delivered what I asked for. I wanted something a little bit more natural, but like, well, not natural. I wanted it to kind of be like questionable, because I wanted hips as well, and I had like really no butt, to be honest. I mean, I had a little butt, but it wasn't like anything major. And I'm really happy with my results. My husband said like it's definitely noticeable that I've had surgery. I feel like it can be questionable, maybe, I don't know. So that's my feedback on that. Somebody feedback was on Vegas recovery suites for my surgery, and honestly, like I said, everyone there was nice. The only thing, I feel like the food could be a little bit better, but for the most part, like, we are not supposed to have like salt and all of that. So, you know, they do their part in trying to feed us what is going to be more nutrition for us. But everyone was nice. Everyone was amazing there. So, and like I said, please want to just say, like, remember, everyone's experience is completely different. I know when I was there, I had some girls that weren't happy with the results. They did not have the same doctor with me as me. Another girl, one of my recovery sisters, she did have the same doctor as me, but she, you know, also felt like she could have gotten more. One thing I want to say is I really haven't been taking care of myself as I should be. And by that, I mean my eating habits. I feel like I've just still been eating kind of crappy. This year was just full of so many different changes in my life, to be honest. We moved, business-wise. I opened up a new business, and moving home, selling one home, purchasing another one. Like, it's all stressful things. And whether, I mean, they're amazing things, they're great things, but I feel like I was just so stressed out. I was like eating, or I just wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. You know what I mean? So personally, I love my results. I am working on my abdomen area still, because I did not get a tummy tuck. And I'm working on obviously eating better and all of that, because I want my face to be a little bit slimmer. But those are all like things that I need to work on. I did not lose weight going into surgery, because I did read, and just after watching so many videos, a lot of you girls recommended to just, you know, if you need to lose weight for you to be in that like recommended, like, what is it, BMI, definitely do it. But if you don't need to, then don't do it, because you want to make sure that they also have that fat to transfer to the butt or the hip area, or wherever it is that you're wanting it. So I personally didn't lose weight. I just kind of started training my body to eat better. After surgery, for like those 3 or that good month, I want to say I did eat right, and then I kind of just fell off. And that was just my experience. And I'm just being completely honest with you guys, because I feel like a lot of people sometimes don't mention these little things. I have not been eating right. You know, I'm human. So like there's times where like I eat good and then I fall off, and then I try to work out and then I fall off, and working out is just not for me. So one thing that I am starting, and I'm kind of also glad that I'm recording this video at the beginning of the month, because, and don't mind my dog, okay? He's wearing his Halloween sweater still. We're in November 2nd. So I need to get him his like fall little sweater, but it's cold and he likes it. So we're just going to leave him like that. But one thing I was reading and I found online from somebody else was that they were saying that they lost a good amount of weight by just doing incline on their walker. I think it was like incline 14 or 15, and then they were also walking on speed 3 or 4, I can't remember, but doing it for 30 minutes a day. So for me, I've been doing it during my I started doing it, what was it, like maybe 3 days ago, during my 2 15-minute breaks. That's when I do it, and I feel like I'm hoping that that helps me, and just trying to change a little bit my eating habits. I'm not going on a strict diet or anything like that, because I feel like I tell myself that and then I fall back and I give up so easily. But I just want to lose like 10 to 15 pounds. I don't really know exactly how much. I think I'll know more when like I start seeing results more in my face, and I don't know what that number is going to be, just because like I want my face to be slimmer. I feel like I have like a little double chin, and like my arms, my family has like really big arms. So like just like toning my arms and, you know, getting myself to feel even better. Like I'm happy with how I look. Don't get me wrong, I love my results, but I know I'm not doing what I have to do. So it's nobody's fault but mine. So a lot of the questions were really like, what was my experience? How did I like it? Another question is, how did I like the taping method? I really personally feel like the taping method did help me. Like I said, I did not have a tummy tuck, and I was just scared, to be honest. I low-key wish I would have gotten it, but I'll show you guys a little bit of my results right now. I just feel like I do have a little bit of excess skin, but I feel like I can also tone that. And I will be taking before and after photos of myself during this time, and maybe sharing them, just because it's, you know, it's your body, and we're not all like super comfortable with showing direct skin, right? But I'm hoping I can share them with you guys. I'll show you guys what it looks like now. Of course, like I don't really mind that I have a little bit of excess skin, because most of the time I wear high-waisted jeans anyways, and I don't have that mommy pouch or anything like that. So I really don't mind it. But I do want to tone my stomach up a little bit more. And I do feel like the taping method really did help with just like pushing everything more into place. I really do feel like it helped. The only thing that I didn't like is that it freaking hurts when you're removing the tape. Like it fucking hurts. Like it's really, really annoying. But other than that, I did help. Wear your fajas, wear your garments. That's something that I also wasn't super consistent with after surgery. I know they tell you guys they say to wear them, but then I kept on hearing mixed reviews that it squishes like your hips. So I don't know. I wore mine, and then I still wore mine off and on. I never wore it like consistently. But yeah, massages are super, super important. That's another thing that I want to go over real quick and cover, is that you guys, massages, like get your massages in. One thing that really, really messed me up is during COVID, like I wasn't able to get my massages. I want to say a total of 6 massages in Vegas at the recovery suite. I had somebody come out and give us massage, or give me my massages. And then after that, when I came back home, I couldn't, like I was freaking sick. So, and two, another reason is I didn't really know anyone in my area that was doing them. And then finally I found someone, but it wasn't until like, you know, after my quarantine that I was able to do it. And I did end up getting fluid buildup, and it hurt. It was painful, but I feel like I have a little areas that I'm not too 100% happy with, because I feel like it's a little bit hard, but it's nothing crazy. And I feel like over time it's gonna go away. But that's why I can't stress it enough that make sure you guys get your massages if you guys kind of want like a little breakdown of my total expenses, I can try to do it. I want to say I covered some of it in one of my previous videos as well. But massages, like, make sure you guys save up at least like $1,000 for massages, like at least 1,000, because they are expensive and you do want to get them consistently to give you that you know, extra snatched waist. And not only that, for your fluids, like, you don't want any fluid built up in there, otherwise it's just gonna cause like seromas and it's just gonna be a hot mess. So yeah. I also asked how long did I stay at the recovery house, and if you can stay there like longer before surgery. I want to say you can only stay there like a day before surgery, if I'm not mistaken, but go ahead and contact them. They'll be able to give you like more precise information. But I did arrive a day before, and the reason why I arrived a day before was because I needed to make sure that I was able to pick up my medication and just to kind of settle in and all of that stuff. But I did arrive one day before, and I stayed there for a week, exactly a week. Like I said, I feel like my experience was great with them. Pain tolerance and all of that. Just be completely ready, like in your mind, like be ready that it's gonna freaking hurt. It's gonna be uncomfortable. One thing that I can't stress enough is you can't make yourself feel any worse than you're already feeling, because it's gonna mind fuck you. Because I had, while I was at the recovery house, some of the girls that were there were like completely in pain. Like, they were in excruciating pain, and they felt super uncomfortable. But I would tell them, like, you know, it's gonna get better, you're gonna feel better. And I had to tell myself that like a lot, like, I'm gonna feel better, tomorrow is gonna be better. Because if you don't, like, you're going to be like depressed. Like, I kid you not. Like, it's not an easy recovery. It's not as easy as some of these girls on YouTube like to say. And like, it's nothing. Like I said, all of our experience is different, and I don't say this to scare anybody at all or discourage you guys, but I just want you guys to be as mentally prepared as possible, because I told myself that from the very beginning, and I kind of already had a little bit of an idea. I mean, you can't compare a breast augmentation, because I did have one about 4 years ago, maybe. You can't compare that. Like, honestly, that just, the breast augmentation felt more like an elephant was sitting on my chest after surgery. And, you know, I did need an assistant. Like, my husband had to like help me like up and stuff like that. But other than that, like, within like 5 days, I was okay. And with the BBL, like, that's not how it is at all. Like, it's not easy. It's not a fun recovery. But telling yourself every day that it's going to get better, and mentally preparing yourself before surgery, like, I know I'm going to be in pain, but I'm going to push through it, definitely helps. Like I said, I wouldn't want to be around, and I wouldn't be around people that, you know, complain so much of their pain and all of that, because it did mess me up at the beginning. I felt like me being around people that were like, you know, in pain and like were complaining and all of that, threw me off a little bit, and kind of made me feel like I was in more pain than I really was. But, you know, when you stay at a recovery house, that's kind of what it is. But yeah, just be mentally prepared, and tell yourself, like, you're going to get better, you're going to feel better, and it's going to be okay, as long as you guys tell yourself that. But just keep in mind, it is a painful procedure, and it is not easy. And it's not easy at all whatsoever. So, yeah, because I definitely, told myself that. One thing I want to mention is make sure you guys get up and walk. I can't stress that enough too, is, you know, even after, you know, obviously the first day you're kind of like knocked out, you're still not really feeling all of that pain. The second and third day are probably the worst. But you want to get up and you want to move around, because you need your blood flow to move, and, you know, your body feels super stiff. So you just make sure you're walking. Drinking your fluids also is key. Make sure you stay super well hydrated. Obviously, one thing I want to say is don't drink fluids like during that time frame that you're not allowed to before surgery, but the week of surgery, drink a lot of fluids. Drink fluids. Keep yourself hydrated. Start eating well if you know you're going to be having surgery. Another thing is I made myself eat even though I wasn't hungry. I feel like that also helped me out so much. Even though I was in pain, I ate, I drank my fluids, and I didn't feel nauseous, because I know a few of the girls that stayed at the recovery house, they were super nauseous, like they were throwing up. But me, like literally as soon as I got to the recovery house, they had food and I freaking ate it. Like it was like I ate it, I drank my fluids, and I was fine. Like I didn't throw up. I didn't need like a blood transfusion like some people need or anything like that. But like I said, just everyone's different, so don't take my experience as like that's how it's gonna go for you. I definitely don't want to imply that or like for you guys to think that, but this is just my experience, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any more questions, I know it's like all over the place. I know it's probably gonna be a little bit long or maybe not too long. I don't really know. I'm trying to like think off the top of my head off of all of the questions that you guys had. A lot of them were just updates on where I went, how it was, how did it go, my experience and all of that with the Vegas location. Keep in mind, this has been, I got it done in January. We're now in November. So things could be a little bit different, or they might have changed for the better. But I hope if you guys are having surgery, you guys have a smooth recovery. Make sure you keep hydrated. Eat very well. Make sure you guys have someone to care for you, even for like a week or two. Like for me, I needed those 2 weeks. But other than that, like you guys will be fine. Just tell yourself you're gonna be okay. Don't psych yourself out of that either. And yeah, you guys, so now I'm gonna show you guys my results. Okay, if you guys have enjoyed this video so far, please make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up. If you guys want to know anything else, leave questions in the comments down below. I will be uploading videos every week. I'm starting that. That's my goal for 2022, is for me to upload videos either once a week or twice a week. But if you guys have any questions, leave your comments down below. I will be more than happy to answer anything that I've missed. Like I said, I know it's a little bit all over the place, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this answers some of the questions you guys might have had. And now we're gonna go into the results, because I know some of you guys have been waiting to see them. And honestly, you guys, like I said, I'm not exactly where I want to be, because I have been eating really bad. And keep in mind, I got my surgery done in January, but I'm gonna show you guys where we're at. So I'm going to, I have my phone on a little stand, but let me move this out of the way. And let me fix myself up. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to push these in so you guys can kind of see what we're working with. Okay. So I'm going to scoot back to a little bit. So my belly is, you know, flat. And this is my results from the side and the back. And I'm just doing like a full little turn in slow motion. Sorry if my shirt's like sticking out, but like I'm just so happy that I have you know, like no little, like I have a little bit of excess skin, like I told you guys, like, and I'm being completely honest with you guys, because a lot of people think that you guys just get lipo and you don't need a tummy tuck. Well, like I said, I low-key kind of regret not getting one, but to be honest, like it's just very minimal, and with high-waisted jeans you can hide it. So if you are like me, who was a little scared and didn't know if you needed a tummy tuck, you know, you might not, and I really didn't need one. But these are my results. That's the back. Like I said, I told her I wanted hips. The only thing I wish I would have gotten a little bit more of was the hips. But other than that, as far as like the back, I feel pretty happy with it. I feel like it kind of goes with my legs a little bit. I feel like it doesn't look too crazy for my body frame. And I'll try to upload, if you guys want another video, updated video, I'll try to show you guys an update of how I look wearing something else, or I don't know, but I just threw some jeans on so you guys can kind of see what it looks like. But definitely when I'm wearing skirts or anything like that, it's definitely noticeable, right? So I didn't want to also overdo it, or I have kids, so I didn't want to like have this big old butt, you know, but that's just my personal preference. So I kind of wanted something hips. I wanted it to be noticeable, but not like crazy noticeable. And I kind of wanted it to go with my body. I showed her a couple of pictures just for her to like get the shape, I guess, because I did not want like a high profile butt where it's like super, let me show you guys, where it's like super big up here and it sits up high. I kind of wanted it more like a natural, like droopy a little bit. And I feel like she did amazing. Like she did so good. I want to go over real quick is if you guys are getting surgery, and I feel kind of upset that nobody mentions this in the video, in any of the videos, but one thing that I do want to mention is the spots. If you guys have any control over where they're going to go in with your incisions, definitely ask them to make them like in a non-visible area, because I feel like mine is kind of in the middle, and I did like, I know it's underneath my bra strap, but like even when you wear like say you wear a bikini or like a bathing suit top, like it's still kind of visible and it's kind of high and you can see it. So one thing that I want to suggest you guys, if you guys are getting surgery, make sure or ask your surgeon to see like, hey, can we go over like the placement or whatever of where, you know, they're going to go in with that incision, to see if it's like kind of hideable, or see what areas maybe they can go in, if they can maybe do like on the sides instead of doing it directly in the middle. That's the only thing that I'm not really happy with is, you know, the areas where she chose. And I don't know, maybe she didn't have an option. Maybe that's just where it kind of had to be. But other than that, like the other ones are in the front and they're low, so you can't see them even if I'm wearing like a bikini. The back ones are low, you can't really see them either. It's just more so like, I think the one in the middle. That being said, this is my result. I try to be like as honest as possible. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you guys liked my results. Like I said, I tried to be as transparent as possible. I know this video was all over the place and I'm so sorry about that. And I'm so sorry that it took so long, but I promise you guys, I am going to be making more consistent content. So if you guys haven't subscribed down below, please make sure you do. I will see you guys on my next one.